hello. This is Let's Cook a Book, and today's book.
I am your host,
I'm K Charm,
and I am Net Love Sunchild. What's up?
What's up? Hey, I hope everybody is doing well. We are doing splendid. Just doing the daily routine.
Oh damn, she said splendid. I thought she was like Splenda. I'm like, I ain't messing with no Splenda. But I am sometimes. All right, I'm sorry.
All right, so last time we introduced the beginning of Their Eyes Were Watching God, and we read that book. It was by Zora Neale Hurston, which we checked out.
It still is.
Well, I checked out from my local library. She happened to have purchased hers from Thrift Books.
Yeah, Thrift.
So,
yeah, it was.
So win-win situation. So today we will be cooking this book. We read the book in its entirety.
Let me just tell you too.
It was sorry.
Go ahead.
It was 203 pages.
That's without reading the after
205 pages.
That's without the afterword, right?
Oh, you know what?
There's like a selected bibliography in the back, and then she's into the afterword.
Oh, scratch that. It was okay. Let's start over. Okay, hey, so sorry about that. So I was gonna do it over, but you know what? This is
just a
uncut.
brief intermission.
Yeah, it was a brief intermission, but actually the book has 193 pages, and that is again "Their Eyes Were Watching God" by Zora Neale Hurston. It was a beautiful story.
Let's cook it.
Cook the book.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Okay.
You first.
No. Okay. We always like to go in the back of the line, us black folks. No, I'm just praying for all you non-black folks out there. Y'all be in the back of the line sometime too. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that.
All right.
So, this book, Their Eyes Was Watching God. Let me give you my history. I had my book for a while. I purchased it, like she said, from Thrift Books or the thrift store or one of them places, and I had it on my shelf. And because it's a different version of this one. It might be the damn original. I don't know, but it's a whole different cover. It has like a lady that's laying on the front, and she's under a tree or something. But I never picked it up. I bought it because I love books. But I never picked it up, and I don't know if maybe it was something you said that made me. Go ahead and read it.
I know that I have been wanting to read this book for so long. I don't know why I've been drawn to it, but for some reason I was like, okay, it's not the time, or I just got distracted. But in the back of my mind, I never forgot about reading this book. So between our last book, which was Fantasy Lover, it was like, okay, which was by Cheryl and Kenyon. We were like, okay, we want something to read, and I happened to stumble across this at the library while looking for another book. So this was available, and I'm like, hey Mom, do you have that? And then she looked, and she has it, and yeah, so we end up getting this book and loving it. I mean, the main character is Janine. We're not gonna tell you
spoiler alert.
Yeah, we're not gonna really spoil it, but the main character was Janine, this lady who's telling this story about her life. And one of the characters that we really loved was TK, and it was a beautiful, beautiful love story. If you are into
history in there too,
and there is
a
some
lot of history about Florida, about the Keys, about how people were treated in Florida, which is the South, about how she probably had a misconception about herself because she was a biracial child, and people treated her in a particular manner because she was biracial, and she didn't like that, but people would feel comfortable going to her and saying ill things about dark-skinned people because, they felt comfortable with her. But of course, she didn't feel that way. She seemed like she kind of shut it down, but the story was really, really good. It also teaches you about, let me tell you, I'm all philosophical and stuff, but and sentimental as well. But whoever you are, whoever you're going to be, you're going to feel it inside. You cannot get your identity from your parents or your grandparents. They're going to pour their wisdom into you, but ultimately you're going to be who you are. And what was really important in the book was that the young lady, Janine, had was raised by her grandmother, and her grandmother came from a certain sort. And all her grandmother wanted her granddaughter to aspire to was marriage. She wanted to leave the earth, and bless her heart, she tried to do her best by her granddaughter, but in doing so, she stifled the young lady and did not allow her to be who she was or to live. She was living in so much fear because of what had happened to her in that time period. I think it was in like the 40s or the 20s or something like that.
Yes.
So the book goes back, like, it seemed like it was like right off of slavery, maybe not even some years off of slavery. Maybe 10 or 20 years out of slavery or something like that. I don't know. But it's amazing how you pick that up. The grandmother only lived a certain way, so she was pouring that into her granddaughter, and she just wanted to make sure she married someone. So this was a beautiful young girl, and her grandmother was trying to put her with some old fart, just because she didn't want her daughter to have to go through whatever it is that she went through. And you can't live like that, man.
You can't live like that.
You can't.
And you are eventually going to find your own way, whether you are a male or a female. You're eventually going to be who you are, or no matter what, even with you trying to portray something that you're not, you're always going to gravitate, or eventually you're going to strip yourself of whatever is confining you, and you're going to eventually blossom. Yes, because you are who you are meant to be, and whatever that may be, whoever that may be, you will eventually get to it.
You'll find it.
You will find it. No one can tell you this is you.
This is what this book does.
This is a beautiful, beautiful book.
It's like someone coming into womanhood and finding their own. This woman, this courageous woman, Janine, she just didn't want to go by the code. She didn't want to go by, I just want to sit here and pick peas all day. And no, she didn't want to do that. And I'm telling you, I don't know how the hell they did their marriage, but honey, let me not go. I don't want to spoil nothing to you, but Janine was like not playing. A lot of things that was going on then is going on now. Like, no matter what you do in your life, you're gonna have all these haters, which is what they call them now. Well, I don't know what they called them back then, but they were gossiping about her life and what they thought she did, and they had no idea what she was really about. Strong woman, beautiful story. I'm really, really glad that we read it.
And that's another thing. Unless you know what's going on, ask the source. Don't assume, because your assumptions can be totally wrong and out of realm. So it's best to always ask the source and get it popping.
Read the book.
Read the book. Yes,
it's a good book.
It's a great book.
Great story about a woman coming into her own,
and we didn't spoil it.
Making her own decisions and choices, and living with the decisions she's making. And then when she met this guy, and not what she was talking about, she allowed herself to live.
Yes,
and it was beautiful. And it lets you know it's better to have loved and lost to have never have loved at all. I think that's kind of like how they say it. But
and I love my mama.
So thank you so much for watching this episode of
Let's Cook a Book. Until next time, peace, and we will tell you what we're going to be reading next. So like, subscribe,
we can tell them now which one we're reading, and we don't
know. In the next video.
Oh crap!
All right,
thank you. Tell them now so they can. Okay, so we'll tell you later. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.